Hi, I'm David Shelton, Knox County Clerk. First off, I want to thank each and every one of you for agreeing to be a poll worker this year. This primary has provided some unique challenges, to say the least, with the COVID virus, the delay of the primary, and difficulty in finding poll workers this year. So this year, we're going to do video training as opposed to having everybody come together in one location. So first step is I want to explain what the different positions do. The lower positions, the poll clerks, are the people who will take the voter's ID, confirm they are registered voters, and have the voter sign in the correct spot on the poll books. That is the duty of the poll clerk. The judge's duty is to walk the voters to the voting machines. Now, there are two clerks, there are two judges. Both of the judges do not have to walk voters singularly. They just kind of take turns to keep the line moving. Nobody's waiting too long. The inspector's position is over the entire polling location. They oversee everything. Now, back to the poll clerks and judges. If an issue arises where a voter is not in your poll book, they have a different address, I want to keep it simple and ask only the inspectors call the Knox County Clerk's office on election day. Now, the phone number to reach me there on election day is 812-895-4927. I also want to back up. All this information is also in a 3-ring binder, black in color, that's included in the bags that go to each polling location. So not only will you have the benefit of watching this video, you have everything in writing in that binder as well. All of our pertinent phone numbers are in there, and all the instructions are in there. Again, the inspector oversees everything. So, changes in state law, we're doing things a little bit differently. If you worked last municipal election, you saw a little bit of a change where we did the poll worker training and handing out the machines the day before the election. I just don't like the idea of sending these machines out on a Saturday before the election and having them bouncing around in somebody's trunk or back seat for 2 or 3 days. So what we're going to do again this year is I will need a bipartisan team from each poll, which means I need the Republican inspector and I will need the Democrat judge to show up at the courthouse on Monday afternoon to pick up the machines. The machines will be available starting at 3 p.m., but by law, the machines need to be at the polling location and set up by 6 p.m. that night. Now, I know some places you can't set them up, so basically you take them in there. So we're going to take a liberal interpretation of the word set up. Just have them delivered by 6 p.m. to your polling locations, please. Now, I want to turn it over to Mike Tarnowski. He's our long-term machine mechanic. He knows everything about it. He's going to explain the setup before the election and also what you do at the end of the election. And don't let us cheer you to this position fool you. He is very serious about this election stuff. So with that being said, here's Mike Tarnowski.
Hi, I'm Mike Tarnowski, the machine mechanic. New this year for our voting, we have tags on the machines. So when you get to the polling place, you'll cut the tag, take it out, simple. Open the machine up, lift. You will check and make sure you got all the legs. They will come out. You'll put them in, get the cord out. You will plug the cord in, bring the cord through the back of the machine, lift the machine up to where it's there, plug the machine in. At this point, it takes 20 seconds for it to come through. It'll go through a startup. Then once it goes black, after it's done all that, you'll get your green card out. You put your green card into the machine. You'll push in the security code, 4321, then you'll hit done. Then it gives you options. The first thing you do is you need to print a 0 proof. So you push print to 0 proof. At this point, you'll have to get your printer out of your bag. You're going to plug your printer in. Into the back. Lights will come on. There'll be a green light come on. That means your printer is ready to print. You'll plug the printer end into the back. It's just like an old phone cord from years ago. You'll plug it in. You'll push print. Then it will print. Okay, now that your printing is done, you'll tear it off. At the bottom, there's 3 lines. The judge will sign, the 2 judges will sign it, and the inspector will sign it. That'll make sure that everything is 0 proof in the morning. That way, you check our work, check everybody's work, make sure no one's voted on this machine prior to the election. Then you come back to the machine. It'll ask you 2 questions. Did it print okay? Yes or no? If it did, you hit yes. The next thing to do would be start the election. Then you hit the start. It'll go through, and now this machine is ready to vote. You will pull the green card out. Then you unhook the printer, and unplug the printer. And then you'll use it again tonight, at the end of the night. Okay, now it's ready to vote. The judges will have, each one will have a blue card. You will stick the blue card in at that time. It'll give you a question, Republican or Democrat, however the person votes. At that point, you would push, say we just push Republican. You will pull the card out. Then it gives a ballot, okay? You would vote however they vote. You know, they just hit the buttons to vote. You go to the next page. At the end, you have to go through all the pages. You hit confirm vote, then you hit you hit the red cast button, it'll say thank you, and then it'll be done. At that point, that person's done. After it says thank you, goes back to the black screen, then the next person, you come in, put the card in, pull out, say they're a Democrat, you push the Democrat, pull it out, then you'd go through it. Now, they do have the option, voter control down here. If you push that, and you can push over here, magnifying off. If someone's hard of seeing, you can push the magnifying on, go back, next page. And then when they push the button, that name gets bigger so they can see it a little better. That'll go on. And then once you hit it, a little X will go by the spot to where the vote will go. Next page, it comes up, next page, bigger. Confirm vote will go bigger. It will all go bigger, that. Then you hit confirm vote, hit the button, the red light will come on. It'll say thank you. Now at this point, we know that 2 people have voted on the machine. You want to see how many people voted on the machine, hit the red cast button, and it'll say voters, 2 votes have voted on this machine. Okay, now we do have one more option. If someone is blind and want to hear, in your printer bag, there is a box like this. You'd plug this machine in back here at the back.
TurboTalk version 2.12.
It will talk to you. Put it in there,
Volume level 3, C3.
and it will talk to you. You don't want it to talk where people can hear how you voted. You plug the headphones into the bottom there, and then if not. But then if you push
Carl
the
Carroll,
name,
not selected.
it will say,
Wyndham Chapman, not selected. Brighton, not selected. Carl Carroll, not selected.
you push
Carl
it to
Carroll,
second,
selected.
and then it'll say it's selected. That way they can hear, you know, without having poll workers do it.
Next page, not selected. Next page, selected. Page 202. Confirm vote page, not selected. Confirm vote page, selected. Cast vote, not selected. Thank you. Your vote is being recorded.
So that will tell you that it's been through everything that it's been through. Now, one other thing is, when they go in there and they vote, They push there. They've made their selections. They go to the next page. They made their selections here. Before they push the confirm vote, they can go back and make sure that that's who they voted for. Next, confirm vote, and then it'll be confirm vote. Now, at the end of the day, you will get a red tally card out of your book. The tally card will match the number that's on the machine. That's on the number on the machine, that's on the side. You'll put that tally card in. You'll push the tally card in. Put your code in, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Then what you'll do is you'll hit the tally, which at that time it's gonna tally all the tallies votes that have been printed on this. Now at this time, you'll plug your printer back in, and at the end, you will tear your copy off, and it will have how the votes got cast on the thing. Just like the beginning, the inspector and the 2 judges will have to sign this. This will go into your packets with the zero proof. It'll all go back into your packets, bring it back to the courthouse. Now that this is done, you know, if you wanted to show, you can show tally, and this will show how it was voted. Unplug, you know, it'll show who has what votes, the same that's on your piece of paper. Pull the red card out. The red card comes back. Put it in the envelope with the copies of that. This is how we get the information out of the machines so we can show the tally county-wise at the end of the night. Then you just close the machine back up, unplug everything. Blue security code that you took off at the morning, we're gonna put that back onto the machine. Just put it through the thing. Put it back in there, click it on, then bring the machines, the printer, everything back to the courthouse. We'll probably have someone outside to bring the machines down for you and turn all your packets in.
Thank you, Mike. Hard act to follow up. I'm going to try to match the same level of intensity and excitement, but I have a few more things I need to give to my poll workers for this year. When the inspector and judges come pick up the machines on the night before the election, the afternoon before the election, I will administer the oath to the inspectors only at that point in time. Again, we're trying to exercise social distancing at this time, so in the morning on election day, the inspector will administer the oaths to the judges and to the poll clerks. By law, everybody is supposed to be at their polling location by 5 a.m. That allows plenty of time to set everything up, administer the oaths, and do paperwork. Over the years, the amount of paperwork has increased for poll workers. It's confusing. You don't know what you're supposed to use and what you may use. So I'm going to simplify it. I'm going to have a simple Word doc sheet attached to all the documents telling you what has to be filled out, what may be filled out, and then I'm going to have another envelope for all completed documents to go into it, because it's kind of confusing to get all that stuff straightened out on election night. So I'm going to try to simplify it the best we can. Other than that, feel free to call the clerk's office if you have any questions. I will include my cell phone number in the packet of information. I will be at the courthouse before 5 a.m. on election day, and I'll be there until the final votes are tallied. So again, thank you very much for agreeing to be a poll worker this year. It's a little different, but we'll get through it without any major issues. Thank you very much.